Have you ever noticed small changes in your body and wondered if they're just normal aging or something more? As men get older, certain physical signs begin to show, some obvious, some subtle. One you might even be able to smell before you see. These changes aren't random. They're clear markers of how the body adapts over time. In this video, we're uncovering 4 telltale signs of aging in older men. One related to smell, 2 that get noticeably bigger, and 1 that becomes smaller. Some of these changes happen gradually, while others might suddenly catch you by surprise when you look in the mirror one day. How many of these signs do you have? Stick around until the end because you might discover something that explains a change you've noticed in yourself but never fully understood. Stay tuned because by the time we finish, you'll have a better grasp of what's happening to your body and what, if anything, you can do about it. Now let's get started. Number 1, the unmistakable smell of aging. There's a certain scent that often accompanies aging, and if you've ever visited a senior living facility, you may have noticed it. It's not about poor hygiene or cologne choices. It's something deeper, happening at the cellular level. As men age, their skin undergoes biochemical changes, leading to the production of a compound called nonanol. This odorless to some, but noticeable to others, scent is created when fatty acids in the skin break down due to oxidative stress, emitting a slightly grassy, waxy, or even stale aroma. The challenge? Nonanol doesn't wash away as easily as regular sweat and oil. Unlike typical body odors from bacteria breaking down sweat, nonanol binds to fabrics, lingers on the skin, and resists conventional soaps. This explains why some men still notice the scent even after showering. Younger skin regenerates and sheds excess oils, but aging skin retains more oxidized fatty acids, making the scent more pronounced over time. Take Richard, a 74-year-old retired engineer. He started noticing his shirts held onto a peculiar scent even after washing. His granddaughter once told him, "Grandpa, you smell like books and wood," a surprisingly common description. At first, he blamed his cologne or detergent, but when switching products didn't help, he realized his skin itself had developed a new scent. He wasn't alone. Studies show people over 40 produce nonanol in small amounts, but by their 70s, it becomes far more noticeable. Here's the good news: while you can't stop nonanol production, you can reduce its buildup. Special soaps designed to remove excess oils are more effective than regular body washes. Antioxidant-rich foods like green tea, citrus fruits, and leafy greens may also slow oxidative stress. And since nonanol clings to fabrics, washing clothes with baking soda or using odor-neutralizing sprays can make a big difference. So if you've wondered why your scent has changed, it's not your imagination or just hygiene. It's a natural part of aging that every older man experiences. Number 2, a bigger belly that won't budge. A growing midsection is one of the most common and frustrating signs of aging in men. And it's not just about eating too much or skipping workouts. As men age, their metabolism slows, muscle mass declines, and hormonal shifts make fat storage, especially in the abdomen, easier. You might eat the same way you did in your 40s or 50s, yet your waistline keeps expanding. Why? Testosterone levels drop, reducing the body's ability to maintain lean muscle. Since muscle burns more calories than fat, this shift leads to a slower metabolism, meaning extra calories turn into belly fat far more easily. For some men, it's not just about appearance, it's about how it feels. Shirts fit tighter, bending over is harder, and carrying extra weight makes movement less comfortable. Take Frank, a 76-year-old who was always lean. Despite no diet changes, he noticed his belly protruding while his arms and legs thinned. He blamed age, but what he didn't realize was his body was redistributing fat, storing more in his abdomen while losing muscle elsewhere. The problem isn't just aesthetic. Excess belly fat in older men raises the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even cognitive decline. Unlike fat stored elsewhere, abdominal fat is metabolically active, releasing inflammatory chemicals that affect blood pressure, brain health, and more. That's why men with larger waistlines in their 70s and 80s often face higher fatigue, joint pain, and sleep issues. What can you do? Resistance training counters muscle loss and boosts metabolism. Prioritize protein to maintain lean mass and stay full longer. Cut processed carbs and sugars to control insulin and fat storage. While some belly fat is natural, letting it grow unchecked poses serious risks. If your midsection is expanding despite no lifestyle changes, It's not just you, it's your body adapting to aging. Number 3, the mystery of growing ears. You might not notice it right away, but your ears are actually getting bigger as you age. Unlike muscles that shrink or fat that redistributes, the ears keep growing well into old age, and it's not your imagination. This happens because cartilage, the flexible tissue that shapes your outer ear, continues growing throughout your life. At the same time, gravity pulls the ears downward, stretching them over the years and making them appear even larger. If you've ever looked at an old photo and thought, wait, my ears didn't look this big before, you're not wrong. Studies show ears grow by about 0.8 inches per decade. By the time a man reaches his 70s or 80s, his ears can be noticeably larger than in his youth. The change isn't dramatic year to year, but over decades it adds up. Take George, a 78-year-old retired teacher. He always had proportionate ears, but one day while looking at his wedding photo, he was shocked to see how much they'd changed. His ears weren't just larger, they looked longer and droopier. Even his earlobes, once firm and rounded, had thinned and stretched, exaggerating the effect. This happens to almost every older man, yet few talk about it. Unlike other tissues, cartilage doesn't stop growing and skin loses elasticity, causing ears to elongate. While it's not a medical concern, some men feel self-conscious about it. What can you do? Boost skin elasticity by staying hydrated and eating collagen-rich foods like bone broth or berries. Protect skin from sun damage to slow sagging. Moisturize earlobes to maintain texture. At the end of the day, growing ears are like wrinkles or gray hair, a natural part of aging. Consider them proof you've been listening to life stories for decades. Number 4, the disappearing calves. One of the most surprising signs of aging happens below the knees, shrinking calves. You might glance down one day and realize your once-defined calves have lost their shape. This isn't just weight loss, it's muscle atrophy, where muscle mass declines due to aging, hormonal changes, and reduced activity. Here's why it happens. Falling testosterone and growth hormone levels make it harder to maintain muscle. Less activity means calf muscles aren't engaged like they used to be, even if you still walk daily. Poorer circulation in the legs reduces muscle nourishment. Take Robert, a 75-year-old who spent his career on his feet. He always had strong calves, but in his late 60s, they grew thinner and weaker. Simple tasks like climbing stairs or standing up became harder. He blamed age, but the real culprit was muscle loss from inactivity and hormonal shifts. Why does this matter? Weak calves aren't just cosmetic, they affect balance, mobility, and independence. Studies link calf muscle loss to higher fall risks, slower walking speeds, and even earlier frailty. The good news? You can fight back. Calf raises, even while brushing your teeth, rebuild strength. Resistance bands or incline walking engage neglected muscles. Protein-rich diets support muscle maintenance. If your calves look thinner or feel weaker, don't ignore it. This is one aging sign you can actively reverse, keeping you steadier on your feet for years to come. Now that we've covered these 4 telling signs of aging, the subtle scent change, stubborn belly fat, growing ears, and vanishing calves, take a moment to reflect. How many do you recognize in yourself or loved ones? Aging isn't about fighting every change. It's about understanding your body and adapting. Small steps like strength training, skincare, or dietary tweaks can make a big difference in how you feel and function. Remember, aging is natural, but you control how gracefully you navigate it. Share your story below. Which signs surprised you most? Have you noticed others we didn't mention? Stay curious. Learning about your body empowers you to age with confidence. If you found this helpful, subscribe and hit the bell for more insights. Your support helps us create content that informs and inspires. Here's to aging with wisdom, strength, and a little humor, because every gray hair and grown ear is a badge of a life well lived. Now we'd love to hear from you. Which of these signs have you noticed? What's one tip you'll try to tackle them? Drop a comment below your experiences. Might help others feel less alone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.